Welcome to Gas Bandit's Space Engineer Tutorials, Part 6. Today I'm going to show you how to make a very useful combination welder grinder ship. Once you learn the advantages of using a ship to do your welding and grinding, you will never want to do it by hand again. And this design was shown to me by my friend Crow, who plays with me on the Plains of Elysium server. Don't go play there, because if you play there you'll hate me, because I'll probably kill you and take all your stuff, and I'm not very nice when I play, so don't come looking for me, because I'll have to kill you. Anyway, I've already got our little station with a small landing gear set up on it, same as last time when we were building that mining ship over there, which is currently charging its batteries. But we're going to do a little bit different this, because we're not building a mining ship, we're building a construction/destruction ship. Alright, we're going to start off with a full-size conveyor. And at the bottom here, the small full-size conveyor differs from the large conveyor in that it's got two sides which are opposite each other that have three small conveyor ports on them. And for this first block, you're going to want to line them up on the sides. I had to place it a little bit forward to center there, but it's fine because that landing gear won't be staying anyway. Alright, I'll weld that up. Okay, now we also want two more large conveyor or full-sized small conveyors, but rotate it so that the small ports are on the top and bottom. And put one in the front. Oh, wait. I almost messed up again. You'll see why soon, but first, before you put those other conveyors, put down conveyor frames at the front and back. These serve as just extremely thin conveyor tubes, is all that's really to them. And you'll see why. They only work on small ships, and you'll see why shortly. Alright, next, put those conveyors on the front and back like I was telling you, with the small ports on the tops and bottoms. And we'll weld those up, and I'm out of construction components. I have to go get more. In fact, I'm going to probably have to tell it to make more, because we're going to need more before I'm done here. In fact, I'm going to need more before I'm even done with this step. It's irritatingly long to make construction components. Okay. Next, find yourself a large cargo container. Now this is going to be a large cargo container of the small size, and we're going to put it right here on top of the conveyor that's on bottom. And you want to rotate it until you've got, let's see, you got to find your small ports and make sure they're on the sides, because you want the large ports to be on the front and the back and the bottom. Top doesn't matter so much, and you'll see why soon. Motors and construction components. Man, I'm just going through parts like crazy today. Motors and construction components. Oh, I goofed. Would you look at that? Oh wait, no, there it is. That's okay. I thought I had a small port in the front, but I don't. Small port in front, small port in back. And I can't really see, but I think that's a large port on bottom. You know what? I might be wrong. Yeah, I think I'm wrong. I think that's a small port on bottom. So I'm going to redo this. Yep, that was a small port on bottom there. You got to match up large port to large port because the two kinds of ports are not compatible. There. Now we've got large port on bottom, large port in front, large port in back, small port on the sides and top. Okay, and need 2 more full-size conveyors here and here. Now it's becoming apparent why I needed those conveyor frames to space out on the bottom. It's so that the conveyors on the ends line up with each other. I'm going to need more construction components. A lot more construction components. Jeez. Alright, go to town. One construction component. Isn't that cute? Gonna need more than that. I can't believe I ran out of those so fast. I may need to skip till it's done making conveyor components here. Or construction components. Alright, that should do for now. With my luck for like 3 more welds. Alrighty, so now we have a nice little conveyor network going to a large cargo bay with lots of ports on both ends. Next thing we do is we get some curved full-size conveyor tubes and we stick them there and there. Yep, goofed. There. 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 Don't know why that turned. There. And there. Oh yeah, these are going to eat through the construction. Yep, already done. Empty out some more. Just place all the things I can. I'm going to need more motors again. Okay, finish this up. Whoops! Energy's at 5%. Ah! I'll just have a seat and fill that back up again. Toot sweet. I don't really like they moved the notification of low energy from 20% to 5%. I understand that they felt they had to add a voice to the warning. But man, there are times when 5% is not going to get you to safety in time. I'm going to need more of those construction components. Out of them again. noticing a trend here. You know what? I'm going to go cannibalize some. So how many construction components? 25. There's got to be something with more construction components around here. 70 on that, but I don't want to haul around 960 thruster parts. How about this connector? I guess it's got 40. There. That's 40 quick construction parts right there. And there's probably more in the assembler by now. There. Finally got all those conveyor tubes done. So now you can see we have a nice uniform batch of conveyors and conveyor tubes pointed in both directions. And how that's going to work out is one end is going to be for welding and the other end is going to be for grinding. So let's load up on grinders. And welders. And just because it pleases my aesthetic senses better, I like to turn the welders on their side. I mean, it works the same either way, but I just think it looks better when the pincers are side to side. Okay, let's weld those up. Probably going to need another giant batch of construction components. Yep. Oh, we're going to need small steel tubes too. And motors. And large steel tube. I'm running out of everything here. Large steel tubes and small steel tubes. Okay. Continuing on. This is one aspect that I definitely don't miss about hand grinding. Because you don't have to do this back and forth to your nearest cargo bay to grab more than an armload of whatever the hell it is you need to do your welding. Because one of the big advantages of ship-based welders is that they can pull through the conveyor network directly from a cargo bay. So you just load this cargo bay sucker up with all the components you need and get a whole lot more welding done. Cripes, I'm out of construction components again. Rower basil. There's something else I can cannibalize. Well, why not? Grind a grinder to make a grinder. I can come back and fix those later. Besides, I may never use them again after this. Because there is a new grinder in town. Alright, so we've got our grinders on one end and our welders on the other. Now we need some engines. I like to put the engines like so. 4 engines in each direction gives good maneuverability and control, and because they're pointing inward, we don't have to worry about them burning what we're welding or grinding, and because they're more than 7 blocks apart, we don't have to worry about them burning each other. Just weld those real quick. Okay, that takes care of 2 directions. Now for the other directions. And then do the same on the other side. Actually, no, that one didn't go there. There we go. Man, small ship thrusters so much easier and more economical than large ship small thrusters. And each of these would take 80 thruster components on a large ship. It's just nuts. Okay, so that takes care of all of our thrusters. Oops, missed one. Okay, that takes care of all of our thrusters. Now, grab yourself a small conveyor and put it there. Stick a gyro on top. And then reactors on the sides. Metal grids. Let me just place the others and then I'll go get the grids I'm missing. Oh, I need some computers too. 4 metal grids and 7 computers. And just take them all. 2 construction components. I need more of that. Where is it? There we go. I'm gonna need some more of this soon, I'm sure. I can't believe I've missed that I was missing reactor components. Okay, need one more reactor. Oh, there we go again. I swear, I think they made welding use more power than they used to. I don't think I used to go out of power as quickly as I do now when I'm welding. And then we go back up to 100. Reactor components. I'll take about 20. Just just in case I gotta build something else later. There. That gets our reactors. So let's swipe a little bit of uranium here to get it some juice. Just put that through this small port into the cargo container, and that will filter into the reactors. And now I don't need this stuff anymore. And that frees this up for what I had in mind, to put a connector here. There, that was for easy loading and unloading of components. And finally, it's not a ship unless you got a cockpit. And our welder grinder ship is actually going to have two. Again, I'm not bothering with the bulletproof glass for this tutorial, but when you make this for real, you definitely want to bother with that, because that is your protection from jerkwads with guns. Alright. It is... Ooh, I did not finish welding this. There we go. Okay, let me just pop inside and check the control panel and make sure everything is hunky-dory. Yep. Okay. Finishing touches. I like to paint the grinder end red. Including the engines. And the welder end green. So it's easy to tell at a glance which end you need to get into to do the job you want to do. Okay. That sucker's pretty much complete. It wasn't necessary to put the gyro on the conveyor, but it just looks better there. So, let me get into the grinder end, and let's set up our keys. For the grinder end, naturally we want to select the grinders, call them grinders, save it. Then find your welders, name the group welders, save it. Okay. Oh, and because now they have put in the naming of ships, the design for this ship that my friend Crow dubbed this is Bob the Builder. Alright. So now we hit G and we set up our hotbars. And you get a separate set of hotbars for every cockpit, which is nice. So we can add a grinder and the grinder's group for toggling on and off to this cockpit, and get out and come to this cockpit and do the same thing for the welders. Welder and toggle welders. There. Ain't she a beaut? Well, is she all she's cracked up to be? Well, let's give her a try. Supposing that I have deemed to be worthless, so we're not going to do anything with that, so let's repurpose it. I'm just going to fly out there. Get out in front of it. Turn those grinders on. And go to town. Now remember, I am on 5 times welding and grinding speed here, so this is probably a lot faster than will happen in your single-player game, or especially on your favorite multiplayer server. But it illustrates that it's so much better than doing it by hand. Not only because of the speed in the area, but if you check the inventory, the grinders automatically feed everything they grind, all the components go into your cargo bay, suitable for immediate use on the welder side. And another nice thing about this design is it's very compact. So if you only want to grind certain things, or you need to weld in tight spaces, you can definitely do that with Bob the Builder. Just eat away swaths of heavy armor. Alright, well, I think you get the point. All those components will probably come in handy if and when I do my next tutorial. Matter of fact, what I can do is come over here to the things I cannibalized and rebuild some of them. Like over here on the big red ship, I cannibalized some construction components. Let me just switch cockpits over to the green side. Let's see how many construction components. I got 200 construction components. That should be plenty. Just toggle the welders on and move in. Well, apparently I'm missing something else that's important, because that was it, just welding in. Computers and displays. And small steel tubes. Actually, since the docking ring is already occupied, I'm just going to go ahead. Oh, I can do. I've got it in my inventory. I can just come over here. Computer display. I haven't got that much in the way. Oh wait, I wanted all this to stack. That's probably the fastest way to stack them. So it's obviously going to need more displays and more computers. I'm going to have to manufacture them. That's probably enough of those for now. And might as well put those in there too. That ought to do it. So normally I would have just docked right on, but I want the mining ship to be recharging its battery there. Oh, now what? Way to make me look good, ship. Oh, well, it finished the collector. Oh, jeez, that was fast. I thought surely I couldn't weld that fast, but it sure as hell did. Alright, as I recall, we also took apart some grinders over there. I'm going to need 1 steel plate to replace the grinder I accidentally completely ground down. Don't know why I'm doing this. I'm probably never going to use these grinders again, seeing as how now I have this swell grinder ship. But why not? I mean, it's there, might as well put it back to pristine condition. Okay. I'm going to toggle the welders on. And the grinders are repaired. Nice. Add miner. Man, you know what they say. You give a little boy a knife, sooner or later a whole lot of things are getting cut. Well, you give me one of these combination welder grinders, sooner or later a whole bunch of things are going to get welded and ground. Oh, that's just so good. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. All packed safely away. Well, as soon as the conveyor gets off its butt, but it will pack it all safely away here in the cargo container, ready to be welded on to whatever your next project is. Okay, I believe that wraps it up here. Hope you are able to put this design to good use, or maybe, who knows, even improve on it in your engineering. Happy trails.